All right, everybody. Welcome to the fish tank barn. Thank you very much to Rack for letting me stream during his time. Thanks for John for the lead-in as always. So I just want to welcome you guys here. We're going to let everybody filter in for a moment, and then we'll go ahead and kind of get things rolling. So we've got looks like the hashtags are coming through now. So we got hashtag Rack. Hashtag Lisa's rack, so her aquarium rack. So that's pretty funny. I think it would have been. I think it was hashtag rack. I shut it off right before he stopped. Get things rolling here. So can I just get a check on the audio? Looks like it's good on my end, but just want to make sure. Yep, looks like we got a pretty good group here. So we're going to go ahead here and get things rolling real quick. I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Mike with the Fish Tank Barn. I've been doing, this building's been up now for, this will be almost a second year. So it's been an ongoing project. Some things you'll see unfinished tonight. Like I said, it's an ongoing work in progress. But definitely do want to welcome you guys here, and once again thank Rack. So all right, so what we normally do here, we do talk about upcoming events, which there are not very many with the circumstances in the world right now, but Aquashella Chicago, from what I can still know about anyway, is still August 8th and 9th. So that's in the Schaumburg Convention Center in Chicago. So definitely I will be probably at that event more than likely, since I am in Detroit. So definitely we'll meet up there for sure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get the tour started here. A couple things I just want to make you aware of is when I take it and go to the other phone, I will not be able to see the chat. So that, and then also we may lose audio for a moment upstairs, but I will try to go through slowly. We do have to get through 100 tanks, so it is going to be, we're going to have to move quickly, but kind of effectively, I guess we'll call it. So definitely want to welcome you guys here. We've got 84 on now, so definitely thank you guys for coming on by. I think that was already a record for the Fish Tank Barn. I think my record before was 50, maybe like 50. So let's go ahead and get the barn going here, and we'll go from there. So we're gonna go for take a quick walk here, and I'm gonna check the audio real quick. Audio looks good. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning. All right, so we're gonna go ahead here. We're gonna flip the camera over quickly, and we're gonna start at the beginning. All right, so first fish we've got here. This is the bottom tank. This is the Gerardnictus multiradiatus, which is a Gadian species. It is the this has to be kept basically on the floor because it needs to be kept at 70 degrees. Just a typical live bear. Kind of cool fact about it: it was actually discovered underneath ice in Mexico. So if you had this in a pond, you could definitely overwinter this fish for sure. So next tank over here. These are the barred split fins. Also in here are some gold dust mollies. This is a 120-gallon tank. The location on this is the Chapalichthys and Caustis, which is in Mexico. I've gotten quite a few fry out of these guys as well. So this is probably my favorite tank. It sits right next to my desk, and just get to sit here and look at it. We've got Vallisneria in here. I got some driftwood, along with some pogo stem and stellatus octopus in the back. All right, heading on to the next tank here. We do have some Berlin swordtails in here, as well as the jeweled Gadiids, which are, all of the Gadiids are going to be from Mexico. This tank is kept at about 71 degrees. Kind of similar plant selection. We do have some Crypt when Deadeye Red in here as well. All right, heading to the tank that you see behind the live stream right here is the this is the Yisachroma species JCP2, which is the blue tip Victorian. And let's see if we can find, they kind of hide out. So if you look right in the back, if you see the red fin back there, that's the male right there. So and then I think actually they're all males in here. So next tanks here, these are fried grow outs up on the top, and then heading to the next tank over here is my discus group, along with some cardinal tetras. So we got about 7 or 8, about 5 discus. Actually, we got 6 discus in here, 15 cardinal tetras, some jungle val, dragonstone. So one thing kind of to tell you guys, this is more of a working fish room than it is like an aquascaper's fish room. So just keep that in mind as we go through here. This is my breeding pair of angelfish. So I've been trying to get them to spawn, and they were actually kind of looking like they were going to spawn earlier today, but they don't look like they've done anything. So this is a 37-gallon cube. Next tank over here is the metallic livebearers. I think you guys have seen these maybe on the Aquarium Co-op channel. These are the Gerardnictis multiradiatus. Let me see if I can get a male in here for you. But they have the, here's right there. They have the black chin on them. But I have starting to see some fry to these guys as well. Heading up to the top, we have the, up here is the Chapelichthys pardalis. Actually, there is one fry in here as well. When I move these over, there's one fry in here. These are a very similar species, the Chapelichthys paraticus. Next fish we have here is the Limia sulfurophylla. This is one where unfortunately I have all the males. And then we have the steel blue nebula guppies, which are, I've had these for a while, but I've never really gotten them going. So we do have a couple small ones there. Heading over here, and then of course these guys are not out, are the Cracodon audax, which are the Black Prince Gadiid. So let me go ahead and I'm going to take a break for just a second and check the chat. So I'm going to give you guys a look there, and I'm going to just take a quick look at the chat. So, all right. So, all right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll keep on going here. All right, so next tank here is the Pseudotropheus interruptus chismulu. This is a 40 breeder. All the females are sitting right here, and the subdominant male. And then the blue male is in the back somewhere, probably hiding behind the rock over there. The next tank was the one that you started out looking at. This is a 125 gallon. This is basically purple ACI, yellow lab cichlids. I do get quite a few fry out of these as well. If you can see here, we've got a holding female, and these guys are ridiculously productive. Especially the ACI, the yellow labs, not so much. And then there is a couple other cichlids in here. This is sold to me as a cobalt blue, and then there is a OB right here as well. So there's a couple peacocks in here as well. All right, next tank we come to here is the Kalmani swordtails. This is wild type. I've had these guys probably for about 5 months now. A few fried, but not too many. I think they've been eating them or they've been going over the overflow. When we get through here, when we get over to the water tanks, I'll show you guys how we actually set this all up. We're going to go to the biggest tank here in the barn now. This is the 245 gallon tank. This is a South American cichlid tank. In here, there's a variety of different fish. There are some Rio Nene severums. There's some Geophagus altifrons along with Geophagus heckelii. There's some tetras in here. And then we've got a couple of other fish in here too. That one is the Mesoheros atromaculatus. I'm still kind of learning a little bit about this fish, and I may move him to a different tank eventually, but that's who's here. And then we also have the Cichlids malculopinus, which is related to the fire mouse, basically. So, and then there's a couple of convicts in here as well. So there's the convict. Heading on here, this has kind of become like a. We've been doing a lot of musical fish here, kind of moving some tanks around here in the barn. So this is the kind of become like the random fish holding tank, but this is another 125 gallon. Mostly what we have in here. So that's a Variatus platy. And then there's also Cracodon lateralis, which is the rainbow gadiid. And then these tanks are in the process of being moved upstairs. So these are a bunch of fry from the bunch of Pundamilia nyreae fry. I actually sold off the breeding group, but I did keep a whole bunch of fry. Next tank here is we do have the Medaka rice fish. And of course, they're going to go hiding back so we can't see them. And then we do have the Celebes as well that I think we actually can see one of them. So, and then we have right over here the lone Lamprologus ornatopinus right here. So this guy's kind of the lone ranger. I bought like 4 of them, and unfortunately I lost the other 3. So I'm gonna head over to the other side now. So like I said, this has been a kind of a work in progress. So unfortunately I used 4 tanks there, and those are now moved upstairs. Next species here is going to be the Xenotania resolane, which is the leopard gadiid. We do have a location on this from the Rio Purification, which is in Mexico. Actually, a cool story about this fish as well. Actually, we did complete the circle of life. I did get these fish kind of when they were about that size as fry. And, oops, sorry. Now there's the parents right there. So definitely some pretty cool little species here. And then this actually has Rotala indica in it as well. So this is one of the next tanks that's going to end up going upstairs. All right, now to the next tank down here. This is a 90 gallon. And so in here we have the blue-tailed gadiid, which is the Anatobus toweri. And then we do have some Variatus platies as well. And I want to get a good look at the blue tail on this Anatobus toweri. So come on, turn around. Come on. There you go. So I don't know if you guys can make out the blue tail on here, maybe not with the camera, but it does get kind of a pretty little blue tail to it. So definitely a fish I think maybe we should get some more of out in the hobby for sure. So, all right, so we're gonna head upstairs now. So I don't know if anyone's counting. I think at one point I had counted 96, but that's just me. All right, heading upstairs. First tank we come to here is a 75 gallon, and they're all going to go scatter into behind the rock. But these are monozymus swordtails. They're still juvenile, so we are waiting for those guys to grow out. But definitely something I'm kind of looking forward to, actually, see how these guys turn out. Don't have it running at the moment, but this is the brine shrimp hatchery. So basically, I've got a nozzle in here that I put on these, and then I can just hook the airline kind of up like that and hook it up there. All right, so this is the new racking system. Actually, we got some of the lights in today, so we got those installed. Got those installed tonight. So, excuse me. So first tank here. Actually, those were in last week's video, but these are the golden teddies. So those are oh boy, it's late here for me normally, so I don't remember the Latin name. Next, see if we can see in here is there's one limia in here right now. It's the limia nigrofasciata. One I need to get some more of. Next in here is the 24 karat guppy. So these were moved in here a couple days ago, and then we do have fry up here as well. So next tank here is the black Moscows. So Moscow guppies. And then next over here are the black bar endlers. Heading down here now is the gold delta guppies. Actually, these are from an IFGA show. So quite a few of these guys go. Excuse me. Next one here is the Limia Perugia. And where is they're right there. So, sorry about that, guys. And then heading to the next tank is the Liberty Mollies. And then this is, that was the thumbnail for last Sunday's video. These are the Tiger Teddies, the Neoheterandria elegans. And the last tank in this rack is the Limia Tridents. And then we're going to head over next to this right here, which is a 54-gallon bow front. These are the turquoise guppies, which you can get from Dan's Fish. And then so if you go up top, you can see the nice turquoise from the top. So actually, these are some of my favorites for sure. Excuse me. And then we have some yellow lab fry that are going in this egg tumbler. They're actually about ready to come out in another day or two, and then we'll go ahead and get those going into a grow-out tank. So, all right, heading on to the next one. So this is another 37-gallon cube. This is the Cobra Endlers. Excuse me. So, and then actually, I think that's dwarf hairgrass. I think on the bottom there. All right. Then we are going to get to the clownfish breeding setup. So when I get back downstairs, I will go ahead and if you guys have any questions on this, definitely be able to answer those. And those guys might have eggs. But these are the snowflake clowns. And then heading up over here now, these are the Amphiprion alardi, which come from Africa, off the coast of Africa. But these, they're related to Clarkies. And then there are actually some Molly Miller blennies in here as well. I don't see them at the moment though. And then heading over to the next one here is the black snowflakes. And then we've got the Amphiprion bisinctus, lightning maroon, tomatoes, and we have visitors here. So you guys want to say? No, I knew you were there.
Did you know we were climbing up the stairs? Did you see us then?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. We thought you did.
Oh, gosh.
All right.
All right, we need to get out, so would you move, please?
Yeah. Could you do me a favor and bring one of my water up here?
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you know we were here when you were, like, over here?
Yeah.
John, come here.
All right, so next is the Alataca dugesi, which is another Gidia species. Location on these guys is the Rancho El Molino Vieja. but if you check the color on that guy, it's pretty cool. All right. So next tank here is 40 breeder. These are the Gadea Atropinus. I actually got these at Aquacella Dallas. The first one, actually, wish it was the only one, but these guys are doing pretty well. I've got tons of fry from these as well. I kind of sold out of them for the moment, but probably within the next year or so, I'll probably get some more. So there's one of the ones right there. Thank you. And then these are empty for now, but some of the fish from downstairs will be going in here. And then let's flip around here. These are gold dust. These are gold dust mollies. These are actually hyphen. Yeah, so those are the gold dust mollies. It's not hyphen, but it's drawing a blank. Sorry, it's late. All right, sorry. Next fish here. These are the Santa Maria Endlers, and all the males are hiding. Of course, the males are hiding. So we'll skip those for now. These are the Xiphophorus clemente. These are actually have a very discreet location. So they are 9 kilometers from Sierra Arriba, Oaxaca, Mexico. Oh, there's a escapee right there. So, but we've got these the Clemente swordtails, and then another one of my favorites for sure. This is the Amica splendens. So, which from the Rio Teo Chilan. And these guys have had these probably now for about a year and a half or so. Then we're going to head to the bottom. So this tank has a couple of Limia tridents in it and a bunch of escaped cichlids. I had a bunch of cichlids in a breeder box, and if you look here, they've all escaped. And so now I've left them all in here for them to eat. Next fish here is the Limia melanogaster, and so let's see. Of course, it's late, so they're not going to come out. And then we have the Laticara curviceps in here, which you guys will be able to see right there. So there's one of them. There's 3 in here. So it's a breeding trio. So I think we're at about 80. Okay. All right, next tank. These are the Horatio Dominguez guppies. Let me see if I can get the glare out of the way so you guys can see. So those are the, and these were collected from by Rusty Wessel in Mexico. So. And then going down here is the these are the Gold Vienna lower swords. I just recently picked these up beginning of March at the Akron auction. So hopefully we're going to get these guys bred out as well. Next is the Snowcross Endlers. And this tank doesn't have very good lighting on it. I think the light died. And then up here is the Haplochroma species Kenya Gold. These are still juveniles. So these are 29s here. Just to kind of give you an overview. All right, next one's here. This is the Micropicilia picta. We only have females. These guys are all hiding in the rocks, but these are the Xiphophorus ophidiums that were in the last video. And then next tank sitting right here. These are the Tropheus red bemba, and then also the Neolamprologus brevis sunspot. So I think you see the two of them right there, the Lamprologus, and then there's the male. Obviously, you can see the sunspot. All right, next tank, Limia species tiger. This is a 30-gallon. So I've had these guys since since January. They were rather tiny, but they are starting to put on some size. Next fish over here now is the Scyphia multipunctata. So another Gadiid species. I really like the random dots on the males. So if you see that male right there. Then we have Pobostem and Guy in here. And then heading to the next tank here is the Xenotoka lion's eye. We've got tons of guppy grass in here. A little bit of Vallisneria, some driftwood. And so it's another one that I got. This is another one I got at Aquashella Dallas as well. Next fish here we have is the Crebensis, Pelvichromis pulcher. So they've been hiding out and breeding in this cave. But I do need to get some tannins in here, just so we can get some fry going. All right, next tank. Everyone's hiding, but these are the Trophiops Comwera Conchedza elongatus broadzulu. See that? But that's the male right there. So these are an Mbuna. They were said Tropheus, but they're not. They're Trophiops, so very similar. All right. Next down here is the Xenotoka dodroi. Unfortunately, there's only one in here, so he's gonna get moved. But all right. Next tank is the dwarf Mary Widow, which is the Phyllichthys tico. You know, some of these are harder with the phone camera, but and then next one down here. These are the blackfin flashers that were in the last video. Come on. So if we can see up here, we can maybe see their eyes. See a little bit. But they have like a nice, really cool iridescence on their eyes. All right, and then, and of course they're not out, but there's some Beta Edithae in here, along with a few random Horatio Dominguez guppies that were selling the other tank. We've got Panther Daniels right here, which is another breeding project that we've been working on, sort of. I need to get them in a better tank with some marbles, etc. So down here is another one of my favorite guppies. These are the strand red lace guppies. So these are another ATFG origin. Actually, Chattanooga has got some of these as well. We've got some 5 gallons on the bottom, which are just fry holding tanks. And then, so next we've got some tuxedo guppies here. So there's the male, and then we do have a bunch of fry in this 10 gallon. The next tank over, this is the Posilia obscura. And so the auto water change is going right now. So it must be 11 o'clock. So it's going to show you this, but basically it pumps through the system here. You can see that the water's pumping through this right here. And then it comes up through this right here. So, and then so we've got we actually got a couple tanks left. So this is the Heterandria formosa. And then the next tank you're not going to be able to see in here very well with all the tannins, but this is the porthole live bear. So I think that's all of them. I think we did all of them. So we're going to head back downstairs. Oh, we missed one. We missed two. So this one is the tequila Goodyear, the Zoogeneticus tequila. I did get one fry drop out of here, which I think is like one or two in here. And then next is a pair of wow, it is getting late. The Sacrobendus. They're super red. Wow, super red. The only one I didn't have labeled. So sorry about that, guys. But I do have some fried downstairs as well. So, so we got these yellow labs. They've been in here about a week, and then heading on down. And then I forgot. Oh, we have visitors again.
How'd you forget something over here?
And then we just pulled these yesterday, but these are some more yellow labs.
Yeah, can we feed your fish?
Yeah, you can do that.
To everyone?
Everyone?
Yeah, everybody will take that.
Okay, then we're gonna for real leave after that.
You're gonna for real leave?
Yes, for real.
All right.
We're mad that you found us. We wanted to stay in here.
All right. So we are back.
Like a pinch?
Like a pinch or like a hand for this thing. This thing is pretty big. How much? A pinch for each tank?
Yeah.
Can I do the pinch? Wait, can we do 2 pinches, one for each of us? In the big tank?
Yeah. All right, we're back. So I know it's kind of a tough one to sit through all of that. So I thank you for staying with me. So the little ones, I'll feed the little ones.
Can we feed them?
You can, but I have to find the food for them first.
Okay.
We'll do them when the thing's done.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. I'm going to catch up with the chat here real quick. So it's probably quite a ways. All right. Let me try to catch any. All right. So basic aquatics. Do you have any advice for high-tech CO2 scapes? I've never done one. But here's what I will tell you is that you should get I would say get a very good regulator. I know that they do use the CO2 art regulators. So thanks for coming by, Dylan. What's growing on the lift tube? Probably algae.
Dad, is this a tank? Is there a fish in here?
Yeah, there's fish in there.
Do we do 2 pinches or 1?
Just one. All right, so cichlids. No, cichlids 23. I think they're separate species because I bought the same auction. I actually bought Celosi as well. So
I can't do the top ones.
all right, so
Is Chelsea's goldfish still in here?
yeah.
Can we feed it now too?
Yep. So Scott from King and Queen Cichlids with the $5 super chat. Ice Cream Fund. Thank you for the stream.
We're feeding this one twice because it's a big tank.
Okay. So Fry Fish Dreams needs a barn. All right.
Okay. Ew. Oh gosh. They look pretty devilly. Can you and Chelsea, will you feed these angelfish?
All right. So I'm sorry. I'm
Your
sorry. I'm just
angelfish
reading the
look
chat.
like devils.
They're not devils.
They look like it.
Hello, Liz. Let me see. We'll trying to catch up here.
I get to do this. We have two of us.
So thanks for sharing the link.
They dead.
All right, so
They dead to me.
all right, so thanks guys. All right, so let's go ahead here and we'll go ahead and now what we normally do here is the Facebook post of the week. So let's go ahead here and we'll pop that open here. And the first post is, with how weak guppies tend to be lately, is there any way to strengthen them, or is it just genetics? Here's what I'm going to say, is that, in my opinion, answering this would be,
That was so cool. The way it felt.
is make sure you get them from a good source.
Is this a fish?
Did you feed them?
Is there a fish in there?
Yeah.
Marcy, did you feed them? No, the discus probably only get one, right?
Did the discus get one or two? Because there's a bunch of these little fish. Do they
No,
go
I
one or
think
two?
that's right, Dead Fred.
Do they go one or two? The discus, because there's a bunch. A
Let's
little
get
fish.
two, yeah.
Two.
So,
That's so cool.
all right. So honestly, it would be depends where you buy them. I think if you buy them from a reputable
We'll do that
breeder,
later.
or go and hang out at your local IFGA
So this
guppy
comes from
show,
upstairs?
that's where you would be getting them.
Does this
That's
come
where I would get them
upstairs
from.
too?
Pardon me?
We do upstairs.
Yeah.
Can I just go back?
So that's where I would recommend getting them, is from a reputable source, from an IFGA guppy breeder. So, all right. So let's go to the next Facebook post of the week here. I think this one was interesting. So this is the two betta fish and everything with them. Dead Fred, I'll go ahead here and I'll see if I can find a link for you in just a second. So this is, I found this to be funny just for the price. Two betta fish and everything with them for $300. So the reason I'm selling them for $300 is because I paid $400 for everything. So it comes with everything you'll need, with 2 fish, 10-gallon tank, fish tank divider, 2 containers of food. I found this to be rather hilarious because I don't think a 10-gallon tank is $300, but definitely something I think would be kind of overpriced. So yeah, the pineapple's 100 for sure. Yeah, this is something. I found this to be kind of funny. So I do want to give a shout out to Rack again for letting me go on at this time slot. So if you guys haven't checked out the River Life YouTube channel and the River Life Etsy page with his artwork, we'll grab some of that here in a minute. I'll show it to you as well. But definitely check out Rack from River Life. I want to thank him again for letting me go at this time. And then also thank you to John and Lisa from KG Tropicals for the lead-in as well. All right, so last Facebook post of the week here. This is 10-gallon tank, guppies or Neolamprologus multifasciatus. I would go with guppies, only because I don't like the Neos in that small of a tank. I know you can do it, but I would rather have them in a 40 breeder. You can do guppies quite well in a 10-gallon. You can do plants and some other stuff as well. Definitely shell dwellers is something I do want to get some more of here in the fish barn, but I really think that the guppies in this particular situation would be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go do the soft sales pitch here. If this is our first time meeting, if you guys are enjoying this, definitely hit the like, subscribe buttons, and all of the other fun YouTube stuff. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps the channel out. And also subscribe to any of the other creators that you know on here. So definitely, show support for the community right now. People, it is a lot of work to provide you guys this entertainment and kind of keep us away from everything else that's going on. So, all right. So that being said, so that's the end of the post of the week. So do you guys have any other questions? If you don't, what I'll do is I'll grab the camera And I realized that you guys haven't, and I'll get Dead Fred's link to the Horatio Dominguez. But yeah, I realized as we were going through the tour that I didn't show you like the innards and how it all works. So let's go ahead here and I'll get Dead Fred's link. There's not a lot. I mean, there's a like Horatio Dominguez, the breeder, but when I bought them from the OCA, they were wild caught from yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, when I looked before, there wasn't a lot either. Yeah, so I didn't name all the plants. Honestly, I got a little tired. So, but generally a lot of it's Vallisneria. So, all right, yeah. So there's not a lot on these. Honestly, I remember looking before, and there's really not a whole ton, a lot on these. I mean, you can find. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's this guy, so mate. But yeah, so yeah, there's this guy has guppies from this guy. So, but that's what they were sold to me as. So, and they're from Rusty, so I think they're pretty legit. So, but let me go ahead here and I'm going to show you guys kind of how the rest of the fish room kind of operates. Yeah, I kind of wondered that too. But they weren't sold as like Japanese blues or anything. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting question. So let me go ahead here and we're going to pop the camera off and I'll show you some of the innards, kind of how everything works. We haven't done that in a while, so this would be a good time to show it as well. So, he wants to mention Shelly's. Alright, let's go ahead and alright. Alright, so kind of error for this fish room right now is we do run it with the Alita 60, or these are our Alita 80s. So the bottom runs, there's one on the bottom here and there's one up top. And then, so water-wise, so the water does come from the house. We are actually in an outbuilding. So, so we're probably about 50 feet from the inside of the house. I do hang some bags here, but up here, this is a instant hot water pump. It's hooked up to some PEX plumbing that's buried into the ground. Plumbing runs around here. And terminates right here into this with the John Guest fitting right here. Goes all the way up to the top here. And goes through this, what used to be an RO unit, which I took the RO membrane and stuff off of it. And kind of repurposed it as a push filter. And actually, I've probably got to order some more cartridges for it. But basically, there's two sediment filters here. This is a carbon filter that removes the chlorine, and then that feeds into this first barrel here, which is for all of the freshwater auto water change. And then the second, this is a DI resin right here, and that feeds into the bucket that's way in the back, and that feeds the saltwater system. So it's all done automatically. Then on the Neptune, I have a Neptune Apex, which you're not going to be able to see very well, but the brains of it, basically you can control each outlet, and I basically set it up to run auto water change about 2 to 3 times a day for about a minute, half each.
We need to get the ones that were behind you.
Okay, so they're feeding fish, Northfin
You
veggie.
can see the food that we use. Veggie.
You use veggies? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Get your vegetables, people.
All right. So we are in Michigan, so we do need to heat this thing. So this is a Fahrenheit FU54 or FUH54. This is a 250 watt heater or 250 volt heater. I think it's like 1500 watts maybe. It's been a while, but
Can you put both cameras on?
no, I haven't figured out how to get the audio to work. So that's that. We are definitely insulated. One of the most important things I found insulating this building was the door. This is definitely not pretty, but it is,
It's very hard to open as well.
and it's hard to open.
Okay.
So we run a lot of sponge filters in here. We do run hang-on backs as well, especially some of the bigger tanks. So, all right. So, but other than that, I mean, there's really not much that really
Okay,
runs
we're
this.
gonna leave and then we'll come back in a little bit after you find the fish for the babies.
Okay.
After you find the fish for the babies.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. I'll find it right now. They can't see you. They only see like half of you.
They can't see your head.
So,
Alright, we'll move
Alright,
it
hold
back. We'll move it back. Move it back. Okay, now try. Oh, they still can't see your head. I'll just hold it. Wait, renegade. That was a very bad filming. I just don't. I'm getting down. I just need show them the messy barn. Come on. No. Show them that.
This is, I don't know what that is.
That's a bunch of gross cuts. She's coming. She's coming. She's coming.
She's coming.
I don't even think it's on that one anymore.
I'm pretty sure. Was it on this one?
here. All right. So, all right. So we've got the.
Give us each half of what they need, the babies. So there's only that baby over there.
Yeah.
Did you know? There's a bunch of babies in one of the tanks upstairs.
Yes, they escaped the breeder box.
So we need to feed them all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Jessica. Those are my daughters. They hack from on occasion. So, but have a great night, Rack. Thank you very much for letting me take over. So we got about 10 minutes. So we have about 10 minutes before Chris from Multi Tank Addiction's on. So start thinking about a hashtag. I know that usually this is kind of funny because he usually goes before me on Tuesday nights. So, a carrion fish nerd is Hemachromis bimaculatus, the same as Hemachromis lefali.
When we
I
were
would,
hiding, was this camera on?
yeah. I would say, I don't know. That's the one I don't know. So I don't keep a lot of I've never kept either one of those species, so I can't really answer your question. So definitely apologize. I'm gonna flip up here real quick and see if there's anything else.
Comment below if you should give us more spots to hide.
No, or fill it with fish tanks.
No, because he's filling every spot that we used to hide in with stuff.
Yep.
Like he filled where we hid last time, and where I was gonna hide last time.
We can see it. No, wait. If you can see it. Because he has that thing.
Oh, crap.
So. Dead Fred says, fish tank barn.
Weird.
What size air pump would you suggest for, in your humble opinion, for a total of 1,000 gallons of water? I'm looking for something for my aquaponics system.
Why is it dripping water?
I don't know. I think there's a little something.
Okay, we're gonna go for now, for real now.
Okay, have a good night, guys.
Okay,
Sorry.
you too.
We'll probably still be up.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Because you don't. How deep is your aquaponics system? I mean, there's a lot of variables that go into it. So, so hello, Fish Streams. With the hashtag Fish Tank Barn. Yeah, I think River Life's got it well. I mean, I would say, yeah, it depends on depth as well. So, yeah, so it appears that, since, school's not going back this year in Michigan, we've basically now gotten snorkels and, we've got kids doing their thing. So, Kaler's Aquatics with the $5 super chat with the quarantine dance off. That can go on their channel. So they've gotten addicted to TikTok now. They've been addicted for a while. So for the longest time it was slime, and now it is it's TikTok. So they walk around, doing all this kind of stuff. So anyway, let me see. All right, so looks like we do have still about 56 people on. So definitely appreciate you guys coming out here late night. At least for me, I know where Chris is at. It's not late night, but yeah. So they still have some homework, but they seem to be kind of plowing through it. So at their own pace. Yeah, we don't need to do that again, but yeah, they don't need hiding places at TikTok. They do that out in the open. So maybe I need a hiding place, because obviously I have no skills at TikTok, but so. So, Liz, that was a slick move you just busted. Don't know. Don't know. I've had my moments, but I think my days of doing slick moves are over. So, yeah, they just do the work while I'm in the bar. Yeah, so this has kind of become my, with the whole quarantine situation, this has actually kind of become my office now as well. So basically, grab my work. My work computer lives in here as well. Plug in, get on the Ethernet at work, and then we kind of just hop along, and I work from in here. I've got the get the work phone rolling on, and we just go ahead and go from there. So. Oh, so they don't plow. Okay. All right. So, all right. So it's 11:25. So we got about 5 minutes left. Do you guys have any last questions? So we still got 57 out here. So I do appreciate you guys sticking with us here. I do think our, so thanks. So thank you, Jeffrey Watts. Appreciate it. So you could. No, I have other things to do at auctions apparently now. So apparently now I'm the official reader and caller out of Hey, are you guys picking at my door? I think they're picking at my door. So, yeah. So, it's been, so I think, between that and, calling out our friend from a couple weeks ago, so definitely kind of funny. So, looks like we are now at 11:26. I keep looking over the side, but, I can dance and recite Latin names at the same time. So, yeah. And then it has kind of become the aqua man cave for sure. No, my kids are picking. I can hear like foam, like they're over there, and you hear like little rips, and then so I think they're picking at the foam at the door. So no, you can pick on my door. It's creative, I guess, in its own way with foam. It's kind of like an aquascape in a way. It's like aquascape. How did I handle the different water temperatures? Still trying to plan that out. I kind of ended up handling it based on the stories in the barn. You know what? We're gonna have a little fun. So we're gonna do the hashtag. That's probably true. I'd probably not come in the house very often if there's a fridge in the bathroom in here. We're gonna do. We're gonna do hashtag TikTok over to Chris from Multi Tank Addiction. So we're gonna. So yeah, we got about 3 minutes left. So yeah. So I'll go back to Sean's question. So how do I handle the temperatures? The temperatures actually are pretty well. This kind of was precipitated to moving all the tanks around where you've seen the holes and everything. Basically, what I've been needing to do is get the warmer fish upstairs. Obviously, heat rises, and keep a lot of the cooler fish down here. Obviously the big tanks don't need to go up there, but we'll heat those. But generally it just goes down to like the tank that's the 70-degree tank that's down here. Definitely, that tank needs to stay on the floor. So generally, like cooler fish, like most of the gadias are down here, or at the lower level upstairs. Other fish that are warmer are at the upstairs at the higher level. So that's kind of how we handle the temperature here. And then that's pretty much it on that. So we got about 2 minutes or about 1 minute left. So I think that's about my time. So definitely want to thank you guys for coming along. If you guys have not subscribed, definitely hit that subscription button, hit the like buttons, and all of the other things to appease the YouTube gods. Obviously, don't need to say this, but check out Thursday night's lineup of normally Aquarium Co-op, John and Lisa from KG Tropicals, Rack from the River Life, who I definitely want to thank again for letting me take over his time. Chris from Multi Tank Addiction, James from Fish Room Fever, and if I missed anyone, I do apologize. I want to thank the super chatters real quick: Bob from Kaler's Aquatics, and Scott from King and Queen Cichlids. So stay safe, guys. Have a great night. Stay home, and we'll see you next Tuesday night on Tuesday night's live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll see you Sunday for a video. So go on and head on over to Chris. That's my time. So stay fishy, keep on breeding, and we'll catch you on the next video.